The opinions in this podcast are all our own.
But the businesses are real chamber members.
It's a chamber chat.
Coming to you from Wahoo, Nebraska. Chamber Chat with Kate
And Kat.
Welcome to Chamber Chat with Kate.
And Kat. I'm Catherine Nygren, owner of Fountain and Flora Flower Shop.
And I'm Kate DeCoste, owner of Kate DeCoste Photography. This podcast is everything Wahoo Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, well, Kate, we have a new set. Oh, my gosh.
Ta-da!
We're on camera. We have new curtains.
I know. It's a whole new...
People can see our faces.
I know. You and I were having a little issue of, do we look at the camera? Do we look at each other?
I know. It totally threw me off when we tried it the very first time out the shoot. I was like, oh, my gosh, I don't know what to say. There's like lights and cameras and...
action.
I know.
So
welcome to the new space.
Yes, welcome. Yeah, we did the little rehab of our set, and I thought it would be fun to just kind of boost up what we do. And I think people like seeing faces.
Adding our faces just a little bit more.
Yeah. And I think some people will still want to listen to it, say in the car, at work or whatever. But some people do. Like, we're on YouTube. Instead of just having it on YouTube and our logo, you can actually have us
see our faces.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
I know. So we thought today we wouldn't have a guest because this was all new. And we were like, we should try it out first.
Right.
And hopefully it's working. And maybe get any kinks out, like how we were like, what do we do?
I know. Where do I look?
Yeah.
There's so many bright lights, and I feel like I'm on stage.
I know.
So it threw me off. I'm not going to lie. So a chance to, give it a little trial run before we invite our next guest.
Yeah. And it'll be kind of fun just to have the next guest on camera.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you did think of a good topic to talk about today, though.
Yes, because we were thinking, like, we've been having guests, which has been fun. And really for the chamber, we don't have too much in the next couple of months happening for event-wise. The only thing that will be coming up, and I'm actually wearing our last year's shirt, we will be doing our fireworks Fridays.
I can't believe we're already talking about fireworks.
I know.
But yes, that is coming up.
That will be in July or June and July. So that's our next event. So we thought, well, why don't we talk about
Chat GPT?
Yes. I feel like everybody has an opinion about Chat GPT. Everyone has at least heard of Chat GPT. Maybe they haven't utilized it. Or maybe they have, or maybe they're a convert like you.
I know. I was going to say, it wasn't until we had a guest a couple times ago that was talking about how much she used it for her emails.
That's right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I've tried it a few times, and wow, now my Instagram is full of like suggestions of all the different things you can do with Chat GPT.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm going to have to try it out.
Yes. We have done some things, like some of our commercials actually have helped us with Chat GPT because any of our champions or silver tier can have a commercial, and they'll give us like the information that they would like it to say, but they don't give us like what it's going to say.
Script.
Yeah, the script. And we have definitely put it in, the information in, and it will give us spit it out in seconds. And we're having fun with that. I mean, we might have to change things up.
Some of it kind of sounds a little like
yes, and maybe a little AI. So we need to make it a little
voice.
a little more personable. But so that's helped us like at least get a start.
Yes, you're not staring at a blank screen going, okay, what should I talk about?
Right.
It at least gives you like you said, a starting spot.
Yes.
To write it from.
Yeah. So we've used it in that sense. I use it a lot for any kind of posts on Instagram. So any of like a lot of the posts that you see for Chamber on like Instagram, Facebook, it is going to be a helpful of
You're gonna run it through Chat GPT first. Is
Yes.
what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it'll kind of give it a little more of a, things where I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that. Like, that's kind of fun. Like, pep it up a little bit.
Yes. And now a message from one of our chamber champions.
Hey, Kat, did you know that JEO Consulting Group started right here in Wahoo way back in 1937?
Wow, 1937? That's nearly 90 years of impact. So what were they doing back then?
They started as W.G. Johnson Construction Company, specializing in engineering, surveying, bridge design, and construction. And then over the years, they grew, forming partnerships and expanding their services. By 1979, they became Johnson, Erickson, O'Brien and Associates. And in 1999, they officially rebranded as JEO Consulting Group Incorporated.
Oh, wow. So they've been building communities for nearly a century. How big are they now?
Today, JEO has grown from that first office in Wahoo to over 12 offices across Nebraska, Iowa, and Kansas.
Oh, I love that. A company that values both its history and its future.
So, since you are kind of a convert in these past couple of weeks, have you used it for?
I've used it also for social media posts.
Okay.
When it's something that I'm like, okay, I kind of know what I want to say. And so I'll kind of put in a few words in the prompt and then it'll spit out some things and some ideas.
Yes.
And I love it because you can have it like more playful, more somber, more, you can kind of like, it'll give you an idea.
Yes.
And if it's kind of like close, but I need it like not so heavy or not so whatever.
Right.
You can kind of tell it, like make it more playful and then it'll do it for you. So I thought that was really cool.
I do like that. Have you ever had it where it'll spit something out for you and you read that and then it'll ask you like, would you like this more professional? Would you like this more sassy? Or would you like if it's for a post, it'll be like, would you like a shorter version for stories?
Yes.
I'm like,
How
sure.
did you know?
I'm like, well,
Yes,
I'll just try it and see what happens. And I
Yeah.
may use it or I may not, but
Right.
it's kind of fun.
At least it gets your brain thinking, like of some things you can say.
Right.
Yeah, there was one, I was doing a social media post and it was like something about pedals up. It was like that. I did not use that one.
Oh my
but-
gosh, I love that though. It's definitely referencing something else, but that
Yes,
is like,
yes.
that's hilarious.
I'm like, does that quite fit us? I mean, I laughed, but I don't know if everybody would totally get it.
Would
so
get it.
I skipped over that. But
right.
yes.
I feel like then maybe someone would walk into your shop being like, pedals up.
And maybe not know what the
what the reference
what
is.
the reference is. Yes.
I think I might actually do that the next time I'm in.
There you go.
I'm
yes.
just gonna.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. So if you know, walk into
Right.
Found and Flora and say pedals up.
Pedals up.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
What else have you been using it for?
Well, I was giving it a try for, we were thinking about taking a trip this summer.
Okay.
Maybe we're undecided, but maybe Sacramento. And so
Ooh, fun.
I know, I've never been. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
me
okay.
either. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I got on and I was like, write me a 4-day itinerary to,
Oh.
visit San Francisco.
Okay.
And it spit out this whole like day 1, eat here, go visit here, go visit there, day
Oh.
2. So yeah, it gave me a 4-day itinerary.
Oh my
which was kind of
gosh.
cool. So
That is super cool.
I need to like kind of do some like fact checking or kind of like actually put my eyes on like the map and maybe
Yes.
kind of like look into some of them.
Yes.
But I was like, okay.
Not just be like, sure, Chat GPT told me.
Right?
And I guess make sure some of those places, are they open? What are their
Right.
hours?
Right.
That kind of
Yeah,
thing.
do they still exist or is it something
Right.
that's closed or
But I bet people have never thought of it that way to like be like, give me a vacation
yeah.
itinerary.
Yeah.
It might be kind of fun to even try that for like if you just want to do a short road trip and you don't know where you're going, but just
yes.
say I live in Wahoo, Nebraska.
Right.
And I only want to drive 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever.
What can I see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I might try that.
I know it's that time for summer road trips.
It
so.
is. It is. I love that. Okay, well, if anybody tries Chat GPT to write their itinerary, you need to tell us because I'm excited about that one.
I know. I'm gonna have to try that again.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like now that I've been searching that kind of stuff, my algorithm is like totally full of Chat GPT ideas, and so I go to Instagram and like all the reels are Chat GPT related.
Okay.
And there was one I was looking at last night. It was like you could kind of put in like your to-do list, and it's like help me prioritize my time, or like it was kind of like more like personal assistant kind of stuff. And it's like, here's what I need to do. Like, help me prioritize my tasks for the day.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm like,
nice.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting. So it's so you can use it like a personal assistant. Or a virtual assistant, I guess.
Virtual assistant, yes. Yeah, somebody that you're not putting on payroll or, trying to onboard. So,
right.
Yeah.
I might try that too. I mean, I'm pretty good at doing my tasks, and I have to have a pad at my
you're very organized.
desk. And I like to, I literally the other day finished a task, and I knew, that paper was, I needed to, take and
kind
redo my because I'd had so many
crossed off.
Yes,
yeah.
But I had to scratch off that task before I took it off.
Right, because
it
feels good.
Yes, and it was a big task, so I was like, I'm marking this one off.
Couple extra,
it happened.
Scratches.
Yes,
through.
yes. Yeah, it was interesting that you say that because when Erin was here, she did. You were talking about the emails, and I've thought of that of having. I know someone that does, and I'm like, I need to do that, and I just haven't done it. And I'm like, I need to just have Chat GPT start one for me. But to have an email, you know how you always do those vacation emails?
Oh, yeah, like an out of office type of thing.
But just do that at all times so that people know, hey, I answer emails from this, on Tuesdays through Fridays.
Right.
So if you email me on Saturday, don't feel like I'm ignoring you.
Right, it's a couple days.
Right. Because I always, as a business owner, I'm like, oh, I need at least 24 hours. I need to get back to somebody.
Right.
But if they know.
Yeah, you set the expectation.
Yes. Yes. And they're not like, oh, well, I went to somebody else because you didn't get back to me.
You're ghosting me.
Right. Yes.
When you just weren't at work, and that's okay.
Right. So I do need to have Chat GPT. I have done where you write an email and I'm like, do I need this to sound a little bit better, or can you polish it?
Right.
I'll say that a lot in Chat GPT.
Oh, really? Okay.
I say, can you polish this for me? And then put the email or put the Instagram post or whatever.
Okay.
And then it'll kind of generate.
Spit out some little edits for you.
Yeah. Because it's kind of that thing where I'm like, we have all of that at our fingertips. You should not have spelling errors, and you shouldn't have grammar.
Right.
Any errors, I feel like, unless it's a text and you're, texting really, I'm not going to use Chat GPT for my texting.
Polish your text.
Yeah. Because I probably should use that because that you're always probably she probably means this.
I can read in between the lines.
Yeah. Going with ChatGPT and another thing that I didn't realize. So Tim tried. So we have this YouTube channel for travel adventures.
Yes.
And he was like, so I asked ChatGPT because he's kind of a convert as well. He was every time he was like, I can't believe you're using that.
I always thought it sounded just canned.
Yes. And he's like, it's just taking it from the internet. It's not, whatever.
Right.
Well, he tried it for an image to make for our YouTube thumbnail, what's what will catch people, what will make people click your YouTube episode, whatever. Now it it generated, and it was two people that were not us, which was fine, but it gave us an idea of oh, that's kind of interesting, how to maybe our graphics should be like that.
Okay.
So then we actually ended up doing a photo shoot that was just, I was photographing him, then he photographed me so that we could do little things with our title and stuff, because that's kind of what it was talking about. So we didn't use that actual image, but it gave us
some inspiration.
Yeah. So it's interesting. And I had no idea that it could make a image for you.
You could feed stuff into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can feed images. Well, I just think I just showed you the Ord Chamber did a really fun one.
Yes.
Where they had like the executive directors and like, you know, the head of the Ord Chamber of Commerce. They asked Chat GPT to roast them.
Yes. I think we might do that. So be looking for that. I'm going to double check with our office.
Make sure they're okay with that.
Make sure they're okay with it. But so I was wondering this. So did they put the image in?
Yep, I think they uploaded. My guess is that they uploaded the image and then asked ChatGPT to roast them, and they were all wearing like denim shirts, and so it was giving them a hard time about their uniforms and
yes, yeah. I do think that is pretty darn fun. I wouldn't even mind doing that for my business. Do
that as a social media post.
Yeah,
like roast a photographer.
Yes, yes. I feel like that would be good, and that's just kind of a little fun thing for your socials. Like we're always looking
for content.
Yes, and fun content.
Yes, I feel like content creation is huge.
Yeah,
in the small business world. So
right.
Anything fun?
Yes.
Well, they had a ton of engagement too on that post. I think when I saw it was like over 100 likes and all these comments because it was so funny. And
yes. And just poking fun at yourself, like being lighthearted with yourself. And,
And I feel like ChatGPT is like kind of the new fangled toy, or I guess it's new in my world because obviously I just
but it's still new for me too. Like,
but it's kind of fun to like try out all the bells and whistles.
Yes. Well, because you don't know that it can do all the things. Like, I had no idea it could do the personal assistant or give you a vacation itinerary.
Yeah,
I'll be interested, and you might have to like let us know for the next podcast or whenever you have time to like look into your or maybe right before you go on your trip and let us know like how much of that was Chat GPT like helping.
I can do that.
Like did it work?
Right, did it lead me astray?
Right. And I was looking at some of the other things that it'll do, which some of this we know. But it has a conversation and questioning answer. Like, I guess if you wanted to ask a question and then it'll provide the information. Okay. So I guess if you're asking Chat, and that's kind of like your itinerary. Where it's like you ask it a question. And I guess to me, that's almost like Googling.
Right.
Or, I mean, most of the time I'm Googling like, am I, dying because I have this mark on my...
Right.
There's a bump on my arm.
Right.
What is it? So I guess that's more of a
Google, but a little bit more like tailored because it gave me 4 days worth. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's like you could Google things to do in Sacramento.
That's
but
true.
To come up with an itinerary of like you start here and this is next to that. And,
right. Yeah. Now, did it give you like, okay, it's going to take you this long to get there?
Ooh,
do you remember?
I can't remember.
So I'm wondering, like, okay, you're going to be there for lunch, so here's a lunch spot, or you're going to be here for dinner, or
I'll have to go back and look. I screenshot it all because I'm always afraid of like whatever I put into Chat GPT that it's going to go away. So I'm always screenshotting because I'm new and I'm not really sure how to save stuff out of Chat GPT yet.
Yes. I've noticed that it does have like it'll keep all my things on the side if I'm on a PC. I don't know about when you're on a phone.
Okay.
But what's nice about that is so when we were doing like the chamber the bags like for
the employee appreciation.
No, it was like last year when we were doing like if you were a chamber member and we highlighted you. We did
the business of the week.
Yes, business of the week. I use Chat GPT for the content.
Okay.
So every time I would go and like it was another week and I would say, I was doing Dairy Queen, but prior to that I did the dentist or whatever.
Okay.
I would go click that particular thread and say, okay, can you make this week it's the dentist and this is their names and all of that. And it would spit out this kind of the same thing. It was the same format. So I didn't have to retell
rewrite it.
Like, hi, I'm doing, Chamber of the Week, Business of the Week.
Write me a 3-minute spiel about this business.
Right. Like it already knew and it knew basically how it needed to be. So when I was making it, you knew it was a business of the week. It was the same formatting, however, it was doing it. So that was really
It was a time
helpful.
saver for you.
Yes, yes.
So now let me ask you, do you have the paid version or do you just use the free version?
I just use the free version. And I feel like you get a lot.
You do. I did run out of prompts this weekend, though, because I kept asking
did you?
it. Yes, I was looking for like the very perfect social media post.
Okay,
and
yes.
I'm like, is it more formal? Is it more like, I don't know. I just kept kind of going back and forth and asking it to retool it. And after like maybe, I don't know, it was 10 times.
Sure,
it was kind of like, okay, you're out of, you're cut off.
Was it for like a certain amount of time?
It was a certain amount of time.
I think I've seen that too. I don't remember what I was doing, but I did see that where I was like, oh. Okay, I have 24 hours. Okay.
Right.
So then I think I just stared tweaking all the ones that it gave me.
Yes.
I put it in like another,
it.
like I put it in a Google and was like, okay, I like this part. I like this part up here.
Right. Meld it together.
Yeah. So I did see that so obviously if you have a paid version, I haven't even looked into a paid version.
To know what like the bells and whistles are that you get with the paid.
Right. Or how much it costs or anything like that. I have seen on mine, it'll say memory full, and I don't really understand why it says that, but it still spits stuff out for me.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's another thing.
Storing it and just
maybe,
you know what I mean?
Maybe the last ones are getting taken out. I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
If anybody knows, let us know.
To brush up on it.
Yeah.
And I think there's more, bells and whistles on the paid one. I've heard like you can like put in like a handbook, like an employee handbook, and put like, give me the top 3 things, or like write a short synopsis based on this. So like you can feed a lot of information into it and ask for summaries, or if you want to summarize a website. I've heard that too, like for training and stuff, like summarize this website for somebody new. And like what you can find here. So I think there's a ton of stuff that we are just scratching the surface on.
Right. Which it's like amazing and scary all at the same time.
Yes.
Like, it's funny though, like as a photographer, people are like, aren't you afraid of like any kind of AI stuff?
Right.
And my thing is like, have you seen those things where people
There's
like
an extra finger?
Yes.
There's something like not right about a lot of the ones that I've seen.
Yeah. So I'm like, if you take a photo of yourself and then you have an AI backdrop, or it's going to do something weird.
Yes.
And if it works for you and what you need it to do, that's good for you. But you're not going to get the professional lighting. You're not going to get someone telling you how to pose. Yeah. So I'm not concerned about it. Now I do use in Photoshop, I do use the AI tool sometimes where, if there is something in the background that I don't want, I can just circle it. Most of the time, it works really well. Sometimes it will be like,
what did you put that in there
why
for?
is that there? I did actually try it for a photo that we just took. No, it was on it was on my camera, but it was for the employee luncheon that we just had.
Okay.
And there was probably 12 out of the 15 chamber board members that were there right at the beginning. And so we took a really quick group photo. And we had Jacob DQ just take, I was like, hey, just take it for us. And people were walking. We were like, we got to go.
Right.
Well, there was, because our theme had the roundabout construction theme.
I love that.
Which I was fine with, but I was like, it kind of like was kind of right in the front, but there was I think it was a yield sign maybe I was behind. Now you could see my face, so it wasn't like I was totally, and I was like, oh, maybe I can AI it and take it out.
Right.
Like I said, it wasn't a big deal if it stayed in.
Yeah. Giving it a try.
Oh, it stayed in because
what it tried to replace it with was not part of Kate.
No. I was like, that's not my body. And it was like very odd, because it was trying to like, literally it was trying to do my body. And then it cracked me up because I was standing next to Paul and it was one of his legs was hidden. Okay. So it had to do his leg, and it gave him like a very waxed leg. Like like I was like, okay, those legs don't match.
Right. They're not of the same person.
Yeah. So I was like, we'll just keep the sign there. Like again, it wasn't a huge deal at all for this quick little snapshot of us. But so in that sense, AI, no.
Right. We used it a little bit at the shop. So we've got a website that people can order off of. And we take pictures of like funeral plants or whatever and kind of try to get like a good idea. So if you're not from town, you can kind of know what we have in stock.
Right.
And I can never remember like the proportions. I'm not a photographer. So I can never remember like the proportions of it's kind of square.
Yes.
The one that we have on the website.
Yes.
And so if things aren't quite a square,
yes,
it doesn't look great. It cuts a part of it off. So I was putting things in Photoshop and using the generative fill.
Oh,
and so I'm kind of like, make this look like it's in front of a window, So it was like now a plant with like a little curtain behind it or something. So then I could get it to the right size. Because of course we took all these pictures and I'm like, oh, these are way too close. We need to like stand back a little farther.
That's the thing. You just need to stand back so that you have more room.
Crop.
But how did that work? Did it work
really
well?
good? Yeah. Okay. If you go to our website and go under like
I'm gonna have to look.
The sympathy plants. Yeah, some of them kind of have a little fancy wall or
fun.
Or we don't have like a big enough wall space to take pictures.
Sure.
So we get like part of a doorway, and so I'd be like, make this a dark wall.
Yeah.
And
it does it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't do too bad.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
And probably perfect for what you're using it for.
It wasn't a human being.
Right, yes. And we're like, well, you have 7 fingers. Yeah.
Right. A wax leg.
Or a wax leg. Sorry, Paul. So yeah, it is kind of funny. You do have to pay attention to it, and you can't just be like, all right, you spit out my email, I'm gonna just
hit send and not look at it.
Right. You do want to make sure everything looks right.
Correct.
And,
and maybe that's in your voice,
Yeah,
might be a little too peppy.
yes. Because I'm always like, okay, this sounds too like, I feel like my personality is kind of loud. Mm-hmm. I can have a little, sass in there or whatever. Right. But my funny thing is like, if you say, sometimes I've said like, make it a little more sassy, then it'll like, it will make it sassy.
It'll say
but
pedals up.
It'll say pedals up. But then it'll be all like, say something about sass in there. Like it'll use the word sass, which
like,
always
look at me, I'm sassy.
Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Subtly sassy.
Yes. Yeah. I don't need to tell people. They already know if they met me.
Yes.
But I do like that, because I feel like a lot of times it'll be like professional and whatever. I'm like, okay, I want it to be professional, but
not sound like really robotic.
Yes,
and kind of have that warmth to it.
Right.
We would hear in your real
I wonder
voice.
if that's a word you could put in there to be like,
warmth.
can you warm it up?
Yeah. Let's try it.
We have to try it. So if you don't know, like if you are like, I want to try Chat GPT, there is an app that you can just have on your phone, which I never had used. You had used it.
The app. I only use the app.
And so now I use the app too every once in a while. But I usually you can get an app for your PC as well. Or you can just go into like Google and just type in Chat GPT. There are a bunch of different versions when you type it in. So it might just be easier just to get the app. Okay. And then also you can find it. And I think it will like start tweaking towards you, like your voice is if you use it more and more.
It'll learn what you like.
Yeah.
It'll learn your level of sass.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I think just try it out and like I said, all the things that you can use.
Right. I know. I was a little scared of it in the beginning, but like as a small business owner, we have to wear so many hats.
Yes.
And we can only have so many people on our payroll.
Yes.
That, it's kind of good to try some new tools, and I'm going to totally try that like virtual assistant thing.
Yeah.
Because I need help getting organized. Right. I'll admit it.
You have so many ideas in your head. Like you walk around and you just have it. I think that would be amazing for that. Like if you were using the personal assistant for like
brain dump.
Here are the
here's the things that are living in my head.
Like put it into either
make it a actionable plan.
Yeah.
Like how do I get this out of my head and enter the world?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Because I know you do really well at getting it into the world. Like you don't just walk around with ideas in your head and nothing happens. But maybe it'll help you relax more. I mean, not saying that you're like,
right.
But I just feel like
sleep at night.
Yeah, sleep at night. Like, I just feel like you do. You just have so much going on. Because I'm always amazed by the things that you do. So I can't even imagine what's in your head.
we talk a lot about the flower shop, and we have all these ideas in the clouds, and like, how do we get them to the ground?
Oh,
like, you
yeah.
can think about this all day long,
Yes.
but if you can't get it,
Yes.
formed and onto the ground, then,
Right.
what good does it do just walking around saying, oh, wouldn't it be nice if...
to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we try to be intentional about that,
right.
segue of,
Right.
idea to action. So,
And see, and I sometimes have the problem of like, I just go full force into stuff. Like, I'm like doing it, and I have to rein myself back. Like, even with like the furniture in here, like this is stuff that I had in my photography studio.
Yes.
And I was like, well, people really do like using a white couch for photos. And I was like, I can put it back in there very easily for shots, but I was
Right.
like, I could get another couch, so it's
Right.
just in there. What I find is something that looks nice, but it doesn't have to be super expensive because it's
Right.
not living in my house.
right.
But I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that
Yes.
right now. I'm gonna do
Yes.
it right now. And I was
Add to
like,
cart.
just let's just make sure this works.
Yeah, give it a try.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And I had ideas about like adding more curtains to different for my photos and like stuff like that. But I was like,
Right.
you need to wait. You need to measure some things.
Right. Yes.
Don't just be like, I think so.
Right. That sounds right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want it to be done right now. Like I have problems with that. And so, yeah. And I know this has nothing to do with Chat GPT, but
Right.
yeah. So I like, it was like this set. I was like, it's going to happen. We're going to record.
Right.
Because I really want us to have it for our guests. And we wanted to, and we're full force in getting our guests in.
Yes. Yeah. We've got some fun ones coming
We
up.
do. So I was like, it's going to happen. And, but we need to try it first.
Right. Yeah.
So Saturday didn't have photos or anything like that. And Tim and Gizmo came and
Made a little work day.
yes,
Nice.
yes,
Oh, it looks great.
yes. And then ate some DQ afterwards.
Well, why not?
I know.
It's right there.
It is.
And it's so good.
It's so good. And we kept smelling it. Like we'd go out like to get something out of the car or whatever. And it was like, oh my gosh,
Yep.
Dairy Queen smells so good.
Yep.
Very funny thing about this, and I think Jacob might enjoy this, and we know that Jacob is one of our listeners.
Right.
So Tim went over. I was like, why don't you go over? And because I was doing something else in here, and I was like, why don't you get the food?
Right.
And Gizmo and I'll finish up doing what I can't remember what I was. I think I was like moving furniture back. I was like, you
Right.
don't know where any of this goes.
No, like I have it in my head.
Yes.
You go get the food. I'll make this happen.
Yes. And so he comes back and he had a pup cup for Gizmo. And I said, oh, wow, look at you getting a
Right.
pup cup.
Taking care of the baby.
Yes, the little baby. And so he goes, yeah. So, I walked over, I went inside and I placed 2 orders and a pup cup. And then they asked me if I was going to stay to eat or if it was to go. And he was like, I mean, I'm ordering 2 meals and a pup cup.
Right. And it's just me.
And it's just me.
So yes, I'll take it.
So I'll take it to go. So it was very funny. I was like, I'm sure it's just that you just ask that.
Right.
It's kind of like that thing of like when someone asks me, how are you? Most of the time I'm like, I'm good. I'm fine. I mean, it'll be,
you have that like,
you just have that
that answer.
response.
Yeah.
But he did think, he was like, man, I eat
Maybe
2
he looked
meals.
hungry.
He
after
maybe
hanging
looked.
all these curtains.
I know.
And...
I was like, do people go in and order pup cups and then just eat it? Because you get the pup cup for, I think it's free. Maybe it does cost money. I don't know.
We only have a cat.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
You could get a cat cup. I don't know. I've never paid attention to the
receipt.
receipt. I guess. But yeah, so we enjoyed our Dairy Queen, and we got Jacob's favorite, the flamethrower. We both got
I love a flamethrower.
So good.
It's really good.
It is so good.
Yes.
And Tim was like, "These are the best fries." I was like, "Yes." Our Wahoo Dairy Queen.
Right.
Has like I think they have the best food. Any other Dairy Queen I've been to, I'm like, nope, this not. I know I'm not in Wahoo.
Right.
And I'm not saying that just because they're next door and they could come and hunt me down. But
right.
I'm saying it because it is. It's so good.
I have a friend from Orden. Every time she comes through to like go to Omaha, they always stop. Her family
Do they?
loves the Wahoo DQ.
Oh, I
And
think I remember you saying that.
I think I've told you that story.
Yes.
She's like, no. She's like, this is like hands down the best.
It's legit the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're so lucky.
Right?
It's right here. So yeah, I don't know why I even said that, but we're talking about Dairy Queen, and they're one of our, they're a chamber member. Mm-hmm. So we love, and we had Jacob on not too long ago.
That's right.
He might want to come back to be on our, new set.
Yes.
So was there anything else that you did with Chat GPT? I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I think
that's kind of the main ones that
you used it for.
That's
and I guess you, like you said, you just kind of started it out.
Mm-hmm.
I did see when I was reading to see like what else does it do, because obviously I haven't done all the things.
Mm-hmm.
It does translate languages.
Oh, that'd be good.
It would be interesting to see how well it does.
Yes.
If you had somebody that was bilingual and
right, does it sound
yeah
understandable, or is it like
choppy?
Yes. One I saved on my phone from when I was looking at it, it was like turn meeting notes into actions. Like, here's what it's discussed. What are the action items, decisions, and next steps? Help me quickly prioritize what matters most so I don't waste time. So I think that's kind of like where I'm going to head next with Chat GPT, is like that time saver, efficiency kind of piece of it.
Yeah. I like that.
So I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, do. I do like that it has where and I know that bigger places do this with like customer support. If you do a chat.
Oh, yes.
At first it's going to be a bot, and then
they're trying to like get you to a link. Like, here, check out this.
Yes. Or did this answer your question?
Yes.
And I'm like, please get me to a real person so that, but there might be something that might answer the question.
Yeah.
But I was wondering that. I was like, can I do that on my website, or would that just make it like, would people be like, no, like this, I think using the email, that's my task of like generating an email that you just get when you email me, and so that you have a little bit of info, like nothing like crazy long, but maybe have some highlights, and just know that I'll get back to you. And here are some, because I do get a lot of questions that are so similar,
right? Like send them to an FAQ page. In the meantime, like you'll be back with them between Tuesday and Friday, and in the meantime, here's a spot to go to for some frequently asked questions. So,
because it's like I do answer emails like on Mondays or whatever, or Saturdays or whatever. But I also am like, but if I don't,
but you have a shoot or something.
But
no. That's good.
Well, we both have our little like.
I know.
We know what we're gonna do next.
We have our to-do lists
with Chat GPT. You guys should let us know what you would like to do, and what you've used, or what we've talked about that you want to use.
Right.
It would be fun to hear or read.
Yeah.
And
we could do a Chat GPT part 2.
Yes, we could.
And if you want to come on and talk,
I was going to say maybe we have like a guest that maybe uses a lot of
that knows more than we do.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, we've had so many guests that are obviously professionals, know what they're doing, and then I was like, well, let's talk about Chat GPT.
I downloaded it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But I feel like there's so many people that are literally like us, that are using it,
that have heard of it.
Yes,
maybe tried it out, maybe haven't, but don't even know like what it all can do for you.
Right. Yeah. Well, Kat, we made it.
We did. We covered a lot in a new space.
A new space.
Beautiful new.
The lights stayed on. It looks like the camera's still going.
Right.
I think we're still recording. So,
Success.
very successful. Now we'll just see how well Kate can edit.
Right. Stay tuned.
Yes. Well, everybody listening or watching, thanks so much for listening or watching. And don't forget
to keep it local, friends.
This has been a Chamber Chat
with Kate
and Kat.
See you next time.
Welcome to Chamber Chat with Kate
and Kat.
It's like, I know, I'm like, oh, we're looking at ourselves. And then I started to be like, am I sitting right? Yes. Right? Nope, I get it.
So you're doing the whole intro looking at the camera?
Yeah,
we can do that. I was like staring, but I'm like, and Kat.